I already have a bang bang shrimp recipe on my page, but this is like the quicker and easier version. I season my shrimp, and the key here is to use pre-cooked shrimp because it saves so much time. I add some onions to hot oil, I add the shrimp, let that cook on each side for about 2 minutes to get some color. For the bang bang sauce, it's just mayonnaise and sriracha. So mix it together and pour it over your shrimp. Then lay your shrimp out onto some romaine hearts. I'm adding green onion and sesame seeds. You can also add jasmine rice, bell peppers, or onions if you like, but this is what I did.
I saw this snack on my Echo show the other day, and I thought I'd make a keto version of it. What it is a hot dog stuffed in a pickle and then breaded and fried. I didn't think this was going to work, but it turned out actually super good. All you do is hollow out the middle of a pickle with a corer. Put a hot dog right in the middle and chop off any excess. For the breading, I use almond flour, Parmesan cheese, Danos, and salt and pepper. Dip in the egg, almond flour, and air fry for 15 minutes. Best snack ever.
Let me show you how to make egg drop soup.
4 cups leftover turkey and real southern style dumplings like Granny used to make. Leftover turkey in a pot. Get you some water. Add our vegetables. Let it cook. Now it's time to pay attention. 2 cups self-rising flour. Very important. Half stick of softened butter. Softened. Start mixing. We're going to add a little bit of Danos. See the flour a little chunky? Add you some turkey broth. Start mixing. Now get your hand in there. We ready. Lay out some flour. Dumpling. More flour. Start rolling. Start slicing. Pull your turkey out and set to the side. Start adding your dumplings one at a time. Add your turkey back in. And that's dang good, baby.
Here's how to make blueberry cream cheese stuffed French toast. First, you're going to take the crust of your bread. This is optional. You can keep the crust if you like. Now use a rolling pin to flatten the bread. Spread some cream cheese on one side of the bread and a little bit on the other side. This will help seal the French toast. Now add your blueberries and roll it up. Now pinch the end to seal it. Into a dish, you'll need 3 eggs, some vanilla extract, and about a 1/3 cup of milk. Give this a whisk. Now dip your French toast in there. Add some butter into a pan, and you're going to cook your French toast for about 3 minutes on each side. And now I'm just adding it onto their plates, and I'm going to add some turkey sausage links, some maple syrup, and we're going to dust this with some powdered sugar. And here's their breakfast. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye.
Damn right I do, bruh. And I make Pop Rouge ice cream too from scratch, and I'm about to show y'all how to do this.
All right, what you're gonna need, you need some vanilla extract. You're gonna need 2 cans of condensed milk, sweetened. You're gonna need 2 bottles or 3 cans of Barq's red cream soda. That is the closest thing you can get to Pop Rouge. And you also need 3 cans of pet milk. All right, put your cream soda in there. Condensed milk. Boy, you put that on a snowball, boy. That shit's good. 2 cans of that. 3 cans of pet milk. And a little bit of vanilla extract. That's about right. Put you about 8 ounces of water because that's going to help it freeze faster. Give that a stir. Comme ça. Add your little rock salt. It's going to get it colder, bro.
About a half hour, you can have some ooze.
Let's make lacto fermented blueberries. Here I've got some fresh blueberries. You just want to very gently wash them to preserve most of the bacteria. Weigh out how much you have. Now weigh out how much salt you need. Just calculate 2% by weight. And add the salt. Toss everybody together. Add them to a very clean mason jar. And weigh them down like this. Let it sit at room temperature for about 6 days. And you'll be greeted with this beauty. Ooh, I can just smell the alcohol. Cheers. Flavor explosion, guys. What did I just eat?
Today I'm going to share one of my favorite recipes for this chocolate coffee roulade. Start off by cracking 6 large eggs into a medium-sized bowl. After you've done that, you're going to add 1 cup of sugar. Then you're going to want to beat this together for a really long time. The mixture should double or triple in size and get super fluffy. Then get a small bowl to mix your dry ingredients. You're going to want to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Then you're going to add 1.25 cups of flour, but you're going to sift it in. Lastly, 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then you're going to just mix all your dry ingredients together. Next, you're gonna mix the two together, but very slowly so the egg doesn't deflate. I first folded everything in, then whisked it together on low speed. Then on a baking tray, add some butter, a little bit of flour, then pour your mixture right on top. Cook it on 355 Fahrenheit for 10 to 14 minutes. When you're taking it out, you're going to flip it onto a towel, making sure the parchment paper is still on top, then you're going to roll it. I'm running out of time, so come back for...
If you love tacos, you have to make this. I'm not even kidding. It's the best thing we've ever eaten in our lives. So you brown some beef in a pot. You add some beef stock, some bone broth, and some water to that. And then to that, you add a whole onion, a whole thing of garlic. You add some chili, some carrots, a bunch of bay leaves, and some thyme as well. And you let that cook for an hour until all the veggies are like all soft and mushy. And then you take all the veggies out and put them into a blender. And listen, the real Mexican recipe has a bunch of dried chilies as well. You can't get those in Australia, so I just added chili flakes. And then you add some tomatoes. You add some more bay leaves, some cumin powder, some cloves, and then you mix that all up. And I also added some smoked paprika powder. I don't know why. I think I did for color. Who cares? Anyways. And then you sift that sauce back into the pot to get out all the chunky bits, and you let it cook in that for 3 hours. And I also topped it up with water like every 40 minutes to keep it like wet. But look how nice it pulls apart after 3 hours. And then you dip the tortilla in the sauce. You put some meat on there. You put some sauce and some cheese on there, and also some onion and coriander. You fold it up, and oh my goodness, you're welcome. It's so good. I love it.
Bang bang, shrimp tacos.
Slice up some cabbage, just like that. 3/4 of a cup to about a cup of mayonnaise. Half a cup of sweet chili sauce. Mix well. We're gonna use this as our sauce. We're gonna toss a little sriracha in here too.
Lunch is on pause. We got a call. All right, we just got back from the call. Let's get back to lunch. You know, Nick may have the magic man, but on my department, we got the legend. Lunch is almost done.
Let's make a sauce for our cabbage. A little sour cream, cilantro, salt, lime juice. Whip it up. Add some buttermilk. Add your shrimp. Drain your shrimp, toss them into a bowl, and we're gonna coat them in cornstarch. Give those shrimps a nice warm bath. Looking pretty. Into a bowl. And give them a soak in our bang bang sauce. Squeeze a lime.
We're serving ours with a cilantro lime rice. Oh man.
Hey guys, so we're gonna make ricotta cavatelli, which is super easy and you don't need any special equipment.
So we'll start with 500 grams or around 1 tub of ricotta, and we'll add 500 grams of flour, or pinch of salt, 1 lightly whisked egg, and then we'll add 4 tablespoons of milk. And then we'll mix this together until it takes a shape. Once you have a ball, we'll go on to our work surface and knead it. When you're done kneading, we'll just cover it with plastic wrap and let it rest. Take a little bit of dough and roll it out. Cut it into pillows. Take one of the pillows and just with 2 fingers, roll. And have one of these, you can just go like this.
Cooking these couldn't be easier, just drop them in boiling water till they float. But I went ahead and put mine in the fridge and I'll show you why.
Take some pasta and put it into this baggie.
Put this in the freezer and you can have it whenever you want it
For today's affordable Nobu recipe, we're making black peppered salmon for just $10. First, get 2 salmon fillets and season them with Old Bay, salt, sugar, cornstarch, and loads of pepper. Now we mix it up, baby. Next, pour some olive oil on your salmon and give them a little deep tissue massage. And add your seasoning on top and make sure to pat it down. Next, get a pot and cook your salmon for about 10 minutes. Now transfer your salmon to a baking tray and bake for 30 minutes at 300 degrees. For the signature Nobu sauce, grab some wasabi, water, fresh ginger, lemon juice, soy sauce, and once again, mix it up, baby. And here's the finished product. This was a super fun way to enjoy this expensive dish at a reasonable price, and it tastes amazing.
Hey! There's more than one way to fry chicken. None of them are wrong, and I'm not the expert, but I did dress up like a bucket of chicken for Halloween. What do you say we fry some? Stand by your pan. So I brine my chicken overnight in the following. Using 1 cup of self-rising, 1 cup all-purpose, about a 1/4 cup cornstarch, half of my Cajun seasoning. Here we go. Put half that seasoning in your flour. Season your chicken with the other half, but save that brine. Here we go. Put it in the flour. Shake it off like Taylor. Put him back in the buttermilk. Put him back in the flour. Shake him off again, put him on a rack, and let him sit till they start to look wet again. Heat that grease to 350 and drop them in. It's like Popeye's turning. I like him covered. Ooh, not bad for my first time. Look how juicy that is on the inside and it's done. Listen for that crunch.
I'm going to show you how to make James Beard award-winning cornbread. This recipe comes from Sean Brock, who won the award in 2010, and calls for 4 ounces of bacon to be put through a meat grinder or very finely minced. Really put in that extra effort and get this ground up. The idea here is to render as much fat from the bacon as possible. Really let these guys cook down until they're pretty much sitting in a pool of grease. Then we're going to strain the bacon and transfer onto some paper towels to crisp up. And make sure to save that bacon fat because we're going to be using it in the batter. For the dry ingredients, very simple and very southern. Cornmeal, salt, baking soda, and baking powder. No flour and no sugar. Mix everything together with those crispy bacon bits, and for the wet ingredients, an egg, 4 tablespoons of the bacon fat, and a cup and a half of buttermilk. Combine wet and dry ingredients, but don't overmix. Then we're going to preheat a cast iron skillet, transfer to high heat, use a tablespoon of the bacon grease to coat the bottom of the pan, in goes the batter, and it should start sizzling right away. We're going to be putting this into the oven at 450 degrees for about 20 minutes, and when it's done, it should look something like this. Yellow on top, golden on the edges, and little bits of bacon peeking through everywhere.
We're going to turn a lime into a clear sphere of ice. Slice the lime with a citrus spiralizer. You can find these easily on Amazon. Place it in a sphere ice mold. Fill up the ice mold with distilled water and place in a thermos, also filled with water. Let freeze for about 15 to 20 hours. The only way to get the ice clear is to freeze it the way I'm showing you. Unfortunately, just boiling the water won't work. And now you have a sexy ice sphere that tastes delicious and looks even better.